सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्तः ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। ओम नारायणं पद्मभवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलं स्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। गुरुपुङ्गवपुङ्गवकेतनते समतामयतां नहि कोऽपि सुधी। शरणागतवत्सलतत्त्वनिधे भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं। भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ओम परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातोः समस्त गुरूणां देवतानाम् अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक संस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं समस्त सनातन धर्म भक्त साधक सेवकानां विघ्नशत्रु निर्मूलन द्वारा शक्ति संपदा साधना अवाप्ति द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्य दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं श्री भाग्य सूक्तस्य पारायणं श्री तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः आद्य शंकराचार्य भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ भाग्य सूक्तम। Today also we'll chant Bhagya Suktam. Let the Bhagya of ours of a comfortable outer life, a peaceful inner life, and evolving spiritual life be received by us by the grace of all the Devatas whom we are praising and worshipping through this Bhagya Suktam. Om Prataragnyam Pratarindragam Havamahe Pratarmitra Pratarashvina Pratarvagam Poshanam Brahmanaspatim Pratasomamutarudragam Huvema Pratarjitam Bhagamugragam Huvema Vayam Putramaditeryo Vidharta आद्र्यश्चिद्यं मन्यमानस्तुरश्चिद्राजा चिद्यं भगं भक्षेत्याह भगप्रणेतर्भगसत्यराधो भगे मां धियमुदवदन्नः भगप्रणो जनय गोभिरश्वैर्भग प्रनृभिर्नुवन्तस्याम उतेदानीं भगवन्तस्यामोत प्रपित्व उत मध्ये अह्नाम उतोदितामघवन् सूर्यस्य वयं देवानागं सुमतौ स्याम भग एव भगवागं अस्तु देवास्तेन वयं भगवन्तः स्याम तन्त्वा भग सर्व इज्जो हवीमि स नो भगपुर एता भवेह समध्वरा समध्वरा योषसो नमन्त दधिक्रावे वशुचये पदाय अर्वाचेनं वसुविदं भगन्नो रथमिवाश्वावाजिन आवहन्तो अश्वावतेर्गोमतीर्न उषासो वीरवते सदमुच्यन्तु भद्राः घृतं दुहाना विश्वत प्रपीना योऽयं वात स्वस्तिभिः सदा नः यो माग्ने भागिनगं सन्तमता भागं चिकीर्षते अभागमग्ने तं कुरु मामग्ने भागिनं कुरु ओम शांति 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 ओम श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यकांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद शांति मंत्रः ओम शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इंद्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ओम शांति 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 ओम अथ चतुर्थोऽनुवाकः ओम यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह आनन्दं ब्रह्मणो विद्वान् न बिभेति कदाचनेते तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य तस्माद्वा एतस्मान्मनोमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मा विज्ञानमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य श्रद्धैव शिरः ऋतं दक्षिणपक्षः सत्यमुत्तरपक्षः योग आत्मा महापुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ओम शांति 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 saluting Parabrahma Tattva Shruti Mata, salutations to all Brahma Vidya Acharyas, especially Vedavyasa Vaishambhayana Yagnavalkya, and also to our Bhashyakara Shri Adi Shankara Bhagavan. Salutations to our own all Acharya Parambara who are bringing this knowledge to us, to also our Gotra Rishis and all other Mahatmas, great people whose blessings are helping us. Now, life is of all these three things, all these things, all the time we have to keep on managing and maintaining. There is no way than this. One is the outer life of our obligations, activities, duties, services, etc. We have to manage them. Of course, as the age grows, some of them we may get rid of. But still, some things remain till the last moment of outer activities, at least to maintain ourselves. So, a proper discipline, a system, if it is maintained, managed, then we can be able to do that. More important than that is our own inner equipment, our own antakarana. This also has to be monitored, and all the time it has to be kept at the most alert level, which is the toughest task. Even little wrong we do the outer world, that affects our own inner mind and it disturbs us. Even a food wrongly taken induces such a laziness, lethargy, and sleepiness. Even little excessive activities we have done, we get tired at the mind level. And everything in the outer world's activities of us affects our inner world. In weakening it, in impurifying it, in distracting it, in disturbing it, you know, in making it lazy, lethargic. So, especially as a sadhakas, adhyatmika, we have to mind more our inner equipments along with the outer. So, all the time trying to be alert. Like the army people, daily few hours through exercise, they keep their bodies fit physically. They have to be. टाइम दे दिया उनको एक हफ्ता छुट्टी then the stiffness comes, then none of the things can be done which they have to do. So whether there is a war or not, requirement or not, they keep on keeping themselves fit with those due given exercises. In the same way, at the mind level, through our regular pujas, upasanas, japas, and our bhajana prarthana, always mind has to be protected. Left to itself in Kali Yuga, mind so quickly becomes worldly, becomes negative, becomes weak. After which it is not useful for our even a small little of any spiritual understandings or sadhanas. Not knowing this also, we just allow our mind to be disturbed in the world. Then with this disturbed, distracted, weak and impurified mind, we want to become spiritual, grow spiritual. In fact, all our spiritual sadhana depends how we maintain our antakarana, our inner stuff, how our mind intellect we maintain, on that only it is. Then only the third one of the higher one, the spiritual knowledge, always in our memory. Spiritual goal always as our main goal, and then we are very aware of the path, and we ensure that we are on the path, and we see to it that we don't distract from the path. These are all the things won't happen automatically just like that. We have to make them happen. That is why it is called sadhana, to be done. Very tough. And one of the ways to make it is less tougher is what? To be always in this Guru's company in that Gurukula. Staying in Gurukula or ashram is a protecting shield for us from our own self. Because much before reaching to the highly matured level, we cannot take ourselves for granted. We do it. When we are not under the protecting shield or guidance of the Guru in the Gurukula or the ashram, we take ourselves for granted. And as we said now, in all those three things, we become weak. Therefore, the sadhanas, etc., become tough. But then, when we are in that company and maintain that regularity, that curriculum, see in those ashrams, the time of getting up, the type of the food, the variety of the activities, all of them are so wonderful disciplined that they help us in maintaining all these three. Same thing, though little tough but not impossible, it is possible. We can maintain at home. Only thing is, we should know the requirement of this, that we need to maintain our outer activities at optimum level, our antakarana at the perfect level, and spiritual inspiration always intact. Knowing this, we have to be on that job. And unfortunately to us, the other three things also are there: the inner prarabdha, the outer worldly happenings, and the people around us. We are not left just like that alone with our so much of prarabdha. We brought all this. They keep on distracting, troubling us. अब इन सबको झेलते हुए आगे बढ़ना ही स्पिरिचुअलिटी है. And then through prayers some of the things get settled, because Ishvara, the manager of the whole world, can also have powers to bless the bhaktas. That is what nowadays we are seeing in all the evening three classes of Bhagavata Dashama, Bhagavata Dvadasha, Ramayana. Even we are Bhagavan's Bhakta, his power which is maintaining the universe, that power comes to our rescue to give us the required conveniences at outer level, inner level, so that our sadhana doesn't get disturbed. And we also have to be mindful. Actually, it is more of our being mindful than our taking the help from the Guru and the God. When all these three go together, definitely we can strike balance between our outer vyavahara, also our most important thing of maintaining and managing our inner stuff to be always prepared for the sadhana. Like one day, suddenly the interest goes away for class. Interest goes away for puja or japa. On whole spirituality interest go away. Then we only justify. हाँ इतने दिन से सुन रहे हैं 4 दिन छुट्टी नहीं लिया तो कैसे? No, this is how our own mind has million ways to distract us. And unknowingly we allow it. Once we go out of it again to come back, the mind says अगले जन्म. Is it not like people use, oh, this text I didn't come from beginning, I'll come in the next text. हमारा next text तो 1 साल के बाद ही start होता है. There's nothing like next text. Every day is a class. Every day some message is given. Every class you can attend. Even though on one text only we are having 100 talks, but the talks are different. In each one there is a message. In each one there is a lesson. In each one there is spiritual knowledge given. So you listen whatever even at random. But the mind says, I text miss ho gaya. Yeah. This is how we allow our mind. So, knowing all these traits of the mind, avoiding all of them, exactly knowing what keeps our mind in good, healthy mood, and doing only that one. Very big exercise, tough exercise it is. But this is what is the learning we are here for. This is what is the maturity we are trying to gain. And this is what will be the basis for our systematic, regular, our spiritual sadhana and evolution. And nobody can avoid it. No shortcut methods, no escapism, no recommendations. Yeah, there will be blessings of the Lord, but to invoke the Lord's blessing, the amount of bhakti we have to have, that is more tougher than these things. We can never know when will all be the pleased. Yeah. Books etc. say patram pushpam palam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. But karke dekho. So we have faith in that also, we do that also. But we must also know that is a lot for us to do by ourselves to maintain our inner tempo, our inner inspiration for spirituality. Along with the outer management, you can't avoid. You have to attend your wife or husband, children, somebody in disease, somebody in problem, somebody comes as guest, somebody invites you. Vichara, we have to balance all that. There's no other way. It was never everybody. Even in the Rishi Gurukula Kala also, even Guru also is not always free. Somebody comes to the Gurukula Ashrama, they stay, he'll have to take care of the whole ashram. उनका तो पूरा आश्रम मेंटेन करने वाला संसार होता है. बट देन दैट इज हाउ बैलेंस्ड. करते जाना प्रयत्न करते जाना, प्रयास करते जाना, प्लानिंग करते जाना और काम करते जाना. बस लर्न दिस, लगे रहो. Like Puja Gurudeva. Doesn't he know about what? It is not that with my lectures that everybody will not improve. He knows. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't work. He went on doing relentlessly. जितना हुआ होगा. बाकी ईश्वर जाने. Same way in our outer life also, maintain. Inner life also, keep on putting efforts to keep our chitta always in a beautiful, loving, healthy, ekagra bhumika for fit for sadhana. And then always remember the spiritual goal. Spiritual means we have to keep on doing it. We leave it ना वो चला जाता है. छोड़ नहीं सकते आध्यात्मिक मार्ग में, छूट जाता है फिर वो. अगेन पकड़ में मुश्किल है वो. It doesn't come easily again to our hold. For some people who become irregular for classes, again to come it is such a Herculean task. Very tough. How much they have to again plan, reschedule themselves, Some of them they go to the other country. Swamiji, maybe go there and within 2 days we'll start classes. Bechara, they are sincere in their thinking, but it is not easy. The whole time zone is different, activities are different, people are different. You have come from India, so they feel that some exhibit has come from India. They are there to see you, talk to you. ये सब होते सारा पुण्य कालम इज ओवर. So let us not leave. Let us hold on to Bhashyam. And as we are seeing some of us who are regulars, hold on to our regular class. Other thing चल ही रहा है. क्या रुक रहा है बताओ? When we are coming regularly, nothing stopping. Everything is going on. But we are maintaining regularity. We are being in touch with our Shruti Mata Shastras every day by being regular. That's good. Now we are here in studying our Taittiriya Upanishad, Brahmananda Valli, Chaturtha Anuvakaha, Chaturtha Koshaha. Annamayam, Pranamayam, Manomayam Sin. Now the Vijnanamaya Kosha. The Vijnanamaya Kosha is Vijnana Pradhana. That Vijnana of the Vijnanamaya Kosha is Pramana Janita. And it is Adhyavasaya Lakshana. And it is Nischaya Purvaka. And in this Vijnanamaya Kosha alone is the owner of this Vijnana is there. The individual, the Jiva. And that only with the help of this Vijnana, that he becomes Karta and Bhokta of the Karma and Karma Phala. And this Vijnanamaya Kosha existing, Karta should do only the Yajna Karmas as told in the Shastra. Then he with this Vijnanamaya are safe. This is what is so far we have seen in this paragraph. See, Manomaya Vedatma Uktaha Vedartha Vishaya Buddhi Nischayatmika Vedartha Vishaya Buddhi Nischayatmika Vijnanam. What is Vijnanamaya Kosha? जो कोश जो विज्ञान में होता है. What is Vijnanam? Vedartha Vishaya Buddhi is Vijnanam. That also Nischayatmika. वेद का अर्थ इज ए विषय जिस बुद्धि में है और वो भी निश्चयात्मिक होना है. दैट्स कॉल्ड विज्ञानम. एंड दैट इज अ कोश. एंड दैट कोश के साथ आइडेंटिफाइड सूडो दिस जीवा इज विज्ञानमय पुरुष. दो फाइनली ही इज नॉट देयर. विज्ञानमय को ही हम डिस्कार्ड करेंगे तो विज्ञानमय पुरुष भी नहीं रहेगा. धीरे धीरे अब तो है. Now Vijnanamaya Purusha very much is there to get out of the Manomaya level. एक एक कोश को हम छोड़कर स्थूला we are coming to the Sukshma, is it not? So in that sequence. So Vedartha Vishaya Buddhihi, that also Nishchayatmika is Vijnanam. That Vijnana जहाँ है उसको विज्ञानमय कोश कहते हैं. With that Vijnanamaya कोश identified is Vijnanamaya Purusha Pakshi Rupa. And then this Adhyavasaya Lakshanam. And it is Antakarana Dharma. Antakarana se Dharma. Therefore, Tanmayaha means Vijnanamayaha. How is he? Nischaya Vijnanaihi Pramana Sarupaihi Nirvartita Atma. So that state of our Antakarana, where there is the Pramana Janita Nischaya Vijnana. Okay, and what should be the Pramana? Veda Pramana. वेद प्रमाण नहीं लेकर और कुछ भी प्रमाण लेकर भी निश्चय हो सकते. एट दैट टाइम आल्सो इज इन विज्ञानमय कोश. एज वी टोल्ड एग्जांपल्स, माय ओन पेरेंट्स आर माय प्रमाण, माय गुरु इज माय प्रमाण, माय फ्रेंड्स आर माय प्रमाण, माय इंद्रियास आर माय प्रमाण. जनरली विद इंद्रियास एंड मन एज द प्रमाण वी टेक एंड हैव आवर निश्चय इन आवर विज्ञानमय कोश एंड वी कंडक्ट आवर लाइफ. है ना. मन जो कहता है इंद्रियों के सुख में ही सुख है. सो दैट मनस प्रपोजल इज टेकन एज प्रमाण. बुद्धि कम्स टू निश्चय कि देयरफॉर ओके लेट अस गो एंड इंडल्ज इन दैट. वेदर इट इज राइट और नॉट इज सेकेंडरी, बट एक्चुअली हाउ इट इज फंक्शनिंग, विज्ञानमय कोश का फंक्शनिंग क्या है, दैट अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज दिस. प्रमाण जनित ही निश्चय विज्ञान ही प्रमाण स्वरूप ही निश्चय विज्ञान ही निर्वर्तित आत्मा विज्ञानमय. एंड देयरफॉर दैट विज्ञानमय कोशा बी अटेंटिव विथ द प्रॉपर विज्ञान इन इट, with the authentic vijnana of Vedas in it, has to be protected and maintained. Just like filling the stomach. Now, filling the stomach is one thing, but with what thing you are filling it? Is it not? There are very many things, All the three are there. That because of lot of money I have, therefore I can fill my stomach with all, though unwanted, very rich food which can misguide me, which can spoil my health. And I have no money at all, but still I have to fill up my stomach. Therefore, whatever with what meager money I have, very low quality of the food, I take and fill it. Or the mediocre is what? I have money, but I don't need to misuse that money or spoil my health. Whatever exactly required, that only I put in my stomach. Food. Is it not? So to Vijnanamaya. In that Vijnanamaya, we can have the wrong source also as authority for the Vijnana. And thus, depending on that, conducting life. That's why everybody is intelligent. But what is the basis of that intelligence? From what source they are getting that Vijnanam? Is it authentic? Is it not? हाँ कहते हैं, क्यों किया इसको तुमने? किया उसने निश्चय के साथ किया. Ask him क्यों किया? भैया ने कहा. So father बोलता भैया is the authority. बट भैया को पता है कि नहीं, वो सोचेगा नहीं. भाई ने कहा कर दिया. Like all these terrorist organizations, they do such a निश्चय विज्ञान पूर्वक killings and murders. So pakka when they do it. Then ask them who told, हाँ हमारे ये लोगों ने बोला. See, he is clear in doing what they said, but they are right or not in our things. Is it not? Very funny. So therefore, the Vijnanamaya Kosha is all in all for us. That has to be protected. In that, definitely, Adhyavasaya Lakshana, Pramana Purvaka, Nischaya Vijnana should be there. And that Pramana should be only our Guru and Shastra. Bas. With that Vijnana, when we conduct, we can really go higher in our sadhana evolution. Else, same Vijnanamaya, like my own knowledge is troubling me. Knowledge troubles if it is unauthentic or wrong knowledge. Everything is knowledge. I told you, no, the theft also is a knowledge, cheating also is knowledge. You have to have knowledge means intellectual capacity. Actually, all that in Mundakadi Upanishad, उन सबको तो अविद्या में डाल देते हैं. Even the Vedanga also are put in avidya from different angle. But here everybody is knowledgeable. How much knowledge that Sabjiwala has to cheat others? How much knowledge the auto taxi wala has cheat? Everybody, the online cheaters, everybody is doing. It is not an easy thing. उन सबका दिमाग काम कर रहा है. But the wrong authority that in this way you should earn the money. किसी ने बोला, कहीं से सुना, खुद सोचा, which is wrong. So, at this level, what we have to be very clear is our knowledge, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Nischayatmik hona hai, but right authorities. Neither it should have the Nischaya because our own Mana Indriya, nor because our own Vasanas, nor the Nischaya Vijnana because of some Nastika of the world, not because of guided by the Bhautikavado. You know, इतने सारे लोग भी हमारे बुद्धि को भ्रष्ट कर सकते हैं. That is how we all are. I have knowledge, but is correct knowledge or not, complete knowledge or not, authentic knowledge or not, helping evolving knowledge or what sort? That is what goes on in our mind, when the Guru tells some knowledge. But we already have some other knowledge from other authority. Therefore, there is an argument goes on in the mind. What Guru says is right, Shastra is right, or somebody else. Many times what somebody else says is right, that alone we accept. गुरु का भगवान का बात नहीं मानते हम शास्त्र का. That is why we don't get improvement or help from the Shastra or the Guru. Inside is going on. Guru said like that, but the other person said like that. Other person का हमको importance ज़्यादा होता है, तो उनके बात मानते हैं, not of Guru and Shastra. Somebody else told it. Sometimes who is that body we may not remember, but in us an authentic knowledge formed. That is called as one's own personal deep convictions or opinions. Even though the better higher knowledge comes to us from the Guru or Shastra, but we don't listen to that. because our Vijnanamaya correct now. New comments it doesn't take. That is what takes a lot of time to break the shackles of the old convictions and give the new convictions, which is very, very tough because I love my conviction. Everybody lives their convictions. I'm convinced to be worldly. I'm convinced not to come to class. But okay, who can break that shackle? Nobody from outside. Outsiders have no business. In this way, what is the idea is Vijnanamaya Kosha is a Karta Bhokta. Vijnanamaya Kosha is Vijnanavano. That Vijnana is Nishchaya Purvaka. Again, that Nishchaya Purvaka Vijnana has which authority it has got. Like a spiritual seeker also is seeking spiritually Nishchaya Purvaka. Worldly person also is seeking worldly thing Nishchaya. The common thing in both of them is Nishchaya. But about what is the Nishchaya? Is it not? I'll vigorously work the whole day. Is also Nishchaya. I'll work minimum, but I'll maximum time spend in sleeping, watching TV. That also Nishchaya. Both are working on Nishchaya. But of what? Nishchaya किस बात का है? This is important. So this Nishchayatmikata of the Buddhi is the one which we have to change from the samsaric Nishchayatmikata to Adhyatmik Nishchayatmikata. That is what takes lot of time. That time is regular study, regular contemplation. Then only those Nishchayas become loose and this Nishchaya becomes stronger. With that Vijnanamaya Kosha, in which the Vijnanam is there, Nishchayatmika Vijnanam is there, about only Paramatma I have to achieve for that sadhana. These are the things that alone I am fully involved in this type of person when he has got, he can really sacrifice so many things unwanted, then regularly can do his higher, deeper, greater sadhanas. नहीं है, वेरी ढीला ढाला है, ये वाला निश्चयात्मिकता, अदर थिंग का निश्चयात्मिक विज्ञान स्ट्रांग है, तो ही विल गो फॉर इट मोर once in a while he will come as chief guest to the class, or once in a while he takes up a spiritual book for 5 minutes, or once in a while he listens to a Mahatma's lecture on TV or YouTube for 2 seconds. उससे ज़्यादा नहीं कर सकते. They don't know that this is how my Nishchayas in the Buddhi are, Vijnanamaya are of this type. That's why I am pulled towards that like a helpless person. इतना दिमाग नहीं होता उनको. But हम अभी समझ रहे हैं. Beyond the Manomaya, there is Vijnanamaya. In that Vijnanamaya, there is a Vijnanam. That Vijnanam is Nishchayatmika. That Nishchayatmika Vijnanam is the one which guides the Karta Bhokta in us. But here specifically in the beginning only, to protect us, in the Bhashya, the Bhashyakara told, Vedartha Vishaya Buddhi Eva Vijnanam. That should be Nishchayatmika. What we are talking last 10 minutes is in general, who have not studied Vedas, what is the Nishchaya in them, which prompting them towards that. We also are included in that. But actually what we are studying is Panchakoshas. Panchakoshas purely as told by the Upanishad, like Visa, Anna, Prana, Mana, Vijnanamaya also purely should be having Vedartha Vishaya Buddhi in it. Ved mein jo kaha wahi, whether it is for moksha of Vedanta Jnanam, whether it is upasanas, whether it is yajnas, whether it is dharma anushtana of the varnashram. So varnashram dharma anushtanam, yajna agadi karma phala, upasana again upasana phala. So to Vedanta Jnana. For all of that, the Veda artha ही इसके बुद्धि में होना चाहिए. निश्चय विज्ञान उसी के अनुसार ही शुद्ध जीना है. But now we have gone far away in time from that Vedic way of lifestyle, that knowledge. So many interpolations came, so many things from outer world came. Therefore, our all Nishchaya Vijnana now, Nishchaya Vijnana hai, but not Vedartha Vishaya. Now we are, you and I, those who are coming regularly to class, trying to make our Vijnanamaya Kosha having its Vijnana and Nishchaya Vijnana based on Vedartha. वेद में जो कहा उसी को हमें अपने ज्ञान के रूप में स्वीकार करना है, उसी का आचरण करना है, उसी में हमारा भला है. See, anybody who tells that also knowledge only. What Veda says, Veda means knowledge only. But Veda is apaurushaya, Rishi Prokta, Ishwariya Jnanam it is. Okay. That is why it should be given more weightage and authenticity. है कि नहीं? इसलिए कह रहे हैं शुरू से ऋषि मुनि भगवान इनको हम मानते हैं, तभी जाकर उनके दिए हुए वेद ज्ञान को मानेंगे. देन ओनली अवर विज्ञानमय कोश विल हैव वेदार्थ विषया बुद्धि निश्चयात्मिका. If that respect, reverence is not there, then anybody says anything, that person's meaning or said things become authority for our vijnana, for our convictions. Big problem is that. Like Hindus, thoroughly study Shastra and know what his goal means. How will they be corrupted by the other fellows who are converting? How dare they can even come near? If I am convinced about not dare anybody tell them to come and convert me. Impossible it is. Is it not? निश्चयात्मका नहीं है बुद्धि अपने शास्त्रों में. Therefore, any बेवकूफ says any sweet things, these fellows get converted. I am telling about this religious conversion, but in generally, from spiritual sadhana, we are every moment getting converted into bhautikavadi, materialist, because of not having the nischayatmikata in the adhyatmika marga. But nischay hai to, like a person nischayatmika, I'll have to maintain my body sugar level. Any number of people give any sweets, he says no, इनको निश्चय नहीं है. Then they say, यार एक दिखा लो ज़्यादा, एक इंजेक्शन ज़्यादा ले लो, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Will you come to us again and again or what? Very rarely you came. If you don't eat, हमको मजा नहीं आएगा. Especially आपके लिए हमने बनाया. अब देखो how convincing are those people's words. हमें कि हाँ ठीक है उनको दुख होगा करके beat and then shoots up. But if somebody says, I am निश्चय regarding my maintenance, लाख कोशिश करो मैं नहीं लूंगा बस. बोलो मैं जाऊंगा यहाँ से if you want. If you have this nischaya, you will defeat it. नहीं है तो you get defeated. Example. If you have nischayatmika buddhi regarding being regular to class, what in the world can stop you? Is it not? You three have for the morning class. The others don't. Therefore, they are fluttering. You don't have other classes. Somebody come. It goes on. I am nischayatmika in this. I am doing other things. I am not. So all our lives' actions depend on the Buddhist convictions, Vijnanamaya. What sort of convictions are there is to be very carefully monitored. In that, the wrong things have to be changed, the right things have to be brought. For that only, the entire Shravanam is going on. Entire Shravanam is not to the mind, Shravanam of the Shastras, not to the Manomaya Kosha, Pranamaya or Annamaya. It is to feed the Vijnanamaya. So that it can change its nischayatmikata from the bhautika, worldly, samsara life to purely spiritual life. If this is understood, we have understood Vijnanamaya Kosha. Now this Vijnanamaya Kosha also is a Pakshi. Vijnanamaya Purusha also Pakshi. He also has got 5 limbs. Shiraha, Dakshinaha Bakshaha, Uttara Bakshaha, Atma and Ucham. See, I am repeating it every day so that somebody can at least remember it. So, what are each of the limbs? Yesterday, one thing we have exhaustively seen. Tasya Shraddhaiva Shiraha. Tasya Shraddhaiva Shiraha. Now, here Shira is Shraddha. Shira is the important part of the body. Therefore, important part of the Vijnanamaya Kosha body. How Shraddha? Why Shraddha is explanation. In that there are 2 Shraddhas. One is what? A blind Shraddha with which we go. After going there, we came to know, we even little experimented, we had an experience. After that, what is born is called as the true Shraddha. That also is Shraddha. Like you come to a class with Shraddha. It's a blind Shraddha. But after coming and sitting 1 hour, you know Vedanta, Upanishad, such a beautiful knowledge is given. When you really go through that experience, then again you get a Shraddha, again to come tomorrow. that tomorrow's Shraddha and today's Shraddha are different. Today's Shraddha was blind, an experiment वाला. पत्ते खेले हुए ना ब्लाइंड में डालते जाते हैं, बाद में अपने पत्ते देखते हैं, फिर देन दे पुट इट नॉट नोइंग व्हाट इज अदर फेलो. Remember, every new experiment is in darkness only. Like if I reached my home safely, doesn't mean every day I reach every day. Anytime there can be any chance of any accident. But yesterday I reached safely, so I develop a shraddha कि आज भी safe. Like our car and all. Every day you drive, doubt ही आता नहीं उसके ऊपर. तो कल ठीक था, आज भी ठीक होगा. So कल ठीक था was an experience. Therefore आज भी ठीक होगा is a faith. Experience, or you can say is knowledge. Therefore, what a very important, very powerful thing is explained here regarding why the Shraddha is the Shira of the Vijnanamaya Kosha. बहुत बहुत important. He says, निश्चय विज्ञानवतः ही कर्तव्येषु अर्थेषु पूर्वं श्रद्धा उत्पद्यते. What an important thought it is. निश्चय विज्ञानवतः ही. The ones who have the knowledge very convincing in him. Knowledge very convincing in him. In the kartavyeshu artheshu. In the things which he'll have to perform. A convincing knowledge in the things which he'll have to perform. When it is there, then only from that a special feeling is born, because of which he will definitely do that kartavya karma, without which he will not do that kartavya karma. That special thing is called as Shraddha. So, Nischaya Vijnanavataha hi कर्तव्येषु अर्थेषु पूर्वम. पूर्व मीन्स कर्तव्य अर्थ कर्म को करने से पहले श्रद्धा उत्पद्यते. श्रद्धा इज बॉर्न. द इनर श्रद्धा. You know, like the children. When the parents tell पढ़ो पढ़ो पढ़ो, उसको वो निश्चय विज्ञान बनता ही नहीं, इसलिए वो पढ़ाई नामक कर्तव्य अर्थ पे he has no श्रद्धा. Then that is the parents take that boy to a guru, a mahatma, somebody, a elder. Then that person has his own way of, talking to the children. प्यार से बिठाकर he will explain. Then in that child, about the study and its importance, a knowledge comes in that. That's called निश्चय विज्ञानवान हो गया वो. About therefore, this पढ़ाई जो कर्तव्य अर्थ है, towards that he develops श्रद्धा. Once he develops Shraddha from within, he will definitely do that study. If that Shraddha is not there, he will not do. And Shraddha can never come without Nishchaya Vijnana. This Nishchaya Vijnana we are talking about, not the blind wala, but after some experimentation and experience. Why don't we do very regularly our Kartavya Rupa Dhyanam? Because Shraddha nahi hai. Because निश्चय विज्ञान नहीं है. Why the निश्चय विज्ञान नहीं है? Either we have never tried for 1 month or so to taste it, or we have never studied or heard from someone thoroughly till it becomes our conviction about the importance of ध्यान. है ना? खुद सुन लिया होता गुरुओं से और विचार किया होता और विज्ञान बनाया होता तो श्रद्धा बन जाती. या लगातार करो 1 महीने के लिए, then you can see here what a beautiful thing it is. When I do dhyanam, mind is so wonderful and all. So then he will continue doing that kartavya. So nischaya vijnanavata hi kartavyeshu artheshu purvam shraddha utpadyate. Therefore, the thing which makes us work is shraddha. But that which creates the shraddha is the nischaya vijnana in the buddhi kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha. And that is why those who are doing even the terrorist karma as a kartavya, because of shraddha in them, born out of the nischaya vijnana. And the nischaya vijnana is the people, they have pumped into their mind. Ki, this is a goal, for the sake of that you must even die also. Again, I am pausing for us to catch. So, what makes us work? Because we don't know. When you don't know, it is called ignorance. At the level of ignorance, when you do something, it is called faith. But the faith also has a background behind it. What is the background thing? Ki nischaya vijnana. So, first faith is what? Blind one. Just went to Guru. You come to the class blind. But after coming to the class, what is understood, what is said, that creates again a fresh new faith. This faith and earlier faith are different. With this faith, again we continue every day. Then you go to hotel. First time you go with doubt. After eating, then you say, "Arey, badhiya hai." Next time again when you go, not necessarily the food is good, but still you go. Why? The faith. Why? Nischay vijnanam. Then यहाँ खाना अच्छा देते हैं. Here Nishchaya Vijnanavata means what? The one who is in Vijnanamaya Kosha, there is a Nishchaya. Is it correct or not? It is secondary. Generally विज्ञानमय कोश में निश्चय विज्ञान होता है. कोई सही अथॉरिटी का है कि बुरा अथॉरिटी का ही नहीं पता. ये ड्रंकार्ड, उनको निश्चय विज्ञान है नशा लेने से माइंड ब्लॉक होता है. Problems of the life can be forgotten. I can sleep. So he's Nishchay Vijnanavan, so strong that every day they go for it. But that is wrong, it destroys the health, it is not the right way. Problems cannot be escaped like that, they get aggravated. They have to be sorted out slowly with wisdom, with efforts, with others' help. ये सब है, इसको ये दिमाग में सब नहीं होता. He is निश्चय about that in that way. निश्चय विज्ञानवत हि कर्तव्येषु अर्थेषु पूर्वं श्रद्धा उत्पद्यते. Now remember, sa, that shraddha, sarva kartavyanam, for all the kartavya karma, prathamyat. First thing it is, shirahi iva, like the head is the first for the body. Therefore, shira iti katyate. For any karma to be done as kartavya, the shraddha should be there inside. That is the first. That is why it is called as shiraha. Is it not? On the borders. Ready to sacrifice their life for the sake of the nation. They take it as a kartavya. Any army person, I tell you, वो तो कहते हैं हमने कफन बांध कर ही आ गए इधर. Something that sentences they say. Otherwise, we love our life so much, and through the life, so much of the bhoga of the outer world. These people on the borders, how come that they are ready even to sacrifice their life as a kartavya? Because Shraddha. And why the Shraddha? Nishchay Vijnana. कि हमारे देश के लिए हम कुर्बान तैयार. It's a very different thing, beautiful. So to a doctor, everybody is an army person, not only army wale. Doctor itself is an army person. Every day he is with patients. Which patient can give him which disease? Which doesn't know, bechara. He also has a body. But every day hundreds of patients, throughout his service, he goes on attending. He is also army person. He is also not less. Nobody is less. Everybody is great in their own way. So, but how he is able to do that? Again, he is doing it as kartavya karma, because to do it as kartavya karma, what is required is the strongest shraddha. That shraddha is there in him. And how is so? Nishchay vijnana. The people are suffering with ailments, and let me have this medical knowledge, or I have already got medical knowledge, let me remove their dukkha, let me remove their pain, etc. Nishchay vijnana, shraddha, kartavya karma. Therefore, if a karma is kartavya, still one will not do if there is no shraddha. And if shraddha will not be there, if there is no nishchaya vijnana. Therefore, most important thing in life is what? Through the nishchaya vijnana in the buddhi, have shraddha for kartavya karma. And for you and I, the only kartavya karma is 24 घंटे आध्यात्मिक साधना में लगे रहना. To लगे रहने के लिए वो श्रद्धा चाहिए. For that श्रद्धा, see, our intellect is being empowered to become Nishchaya Vijnanavan through everyday study. I hope we are doing it. To that extent, the Nishchaya Vijnana is strong. To that extent, Shraddha comes. Only when there is Shraddha, then we do our Kartavya Karma without the need of anybody's promptings, without any distractions, without anybody disturbing us. नहीं है श्रद्धा तो everything can disturb us. Like if you have Shraddha, some of you for class, so you avoid all disturbances. No, no, my Swami's class is important. You just come. नहीं है वो वाला श्रद्धा, that is a clear proof. Then the distractions distract us. It is always, nothing will, we are not left free in this world. Continuously the tests will go on, come to us to question or check our Nishchaya Vijnanam as well as Shraddha in our Kartavya Karma. Outer and inner, that is what we discussed in our introduction today. A person wants to go to office, तुरंत उठकर मैं जाऊंगा ऑफिस करके ऐसा नहीं होता, स्पेशली ऑन मंडे मॉर्निंग्स. और थोड़ा सो जाना है, और थोड़ा रेस्ट लेना है, काय का ये काम है एवरीडे. That type of feelings come, which are the tests. That are they are testing us how much he has got Nishchaya Vijnana and therefore Shraddha in his Kartavya Karma of going to office. He has got it. Therefore, he keeps away all these thoughts, postpones that laziness sleeper for next Saturday, and for 5 days, every day, he'll go. Yeah, out of frustration, but he goes. Life में ऐसे होता है. Therefore, what we have to learn from it here is, let us have the authentic jnanam. Let that authentic jnanam in us create the Shraddha. Let the Shraddha be so strong that our Kartavya Karma, we do it as Kartavya without compromising. That is the Tasya Shraddhaiva Shiraha. And in other things which I said yesterday, today I'm not at all talking all of them, you add that also. Like in Gita, Shraddhavan Lavate, we are talking Tasya Shraddhaiva Shiraha, okay? Of that Vijnanamaya Purusha Pakshi, the Shirabhaga is Shraddha. See, Shraddhavan Lavade Jnanam, and Yo Yat Shraddha Sa Eva Saha. We have quoted all of that yesterday. Shraddha Bhakti Dhyana Yoga Davaihi. Everywhere we say Shastra se Guruvakya Satya Buddha Vadarana Sa Shraddha Katita Sadvihi Eya Vastu Valabhyate. See, Bhuya Eva Tapasa Brahmacharyena Shraddhaya Samvatsaram Samvatsatha. Prashno Upanishad. Is it not? 17th chapter talks only about Shraddha Traya Yogam of Gita. So, Hamara Shraddha is a liking, Shraddha is interest at a very lighter sense. In a deeper sense, Shraddha is a very strong inner feeling which is born out of our intellectual conviction, with which we do, on which we have Shraddha without any failure. I told you the example yesterday, mountaineering. श्रद्धा है उनको, इसलिए उतनी सर्दी में चढ़, बाकी को उधर जाने को ही मत नहीं. But they do something else which the mountaineer cannot do. Everybody has an undaunted Shraddha in something, that is what they do. सबको सब में नहीं होता. रक्षणा करना है हमारा सात्विक आध्यात्मिक श्रद्धा का. Only the satsanga will make us have that Shraddha continuously. नहीं है तो लुढ़क जाएगा. देखते रहना क्या मेरी श्रद्धा मेरे गुरु पे शास्त्र पे घट तो नहीं रहा है. ये डेंजर जोन है. What is the karana for it? I am talking to those fellows who are removing my Shraddha, or I am reading those books, or I am seeing those programs, or I am entertaining those thoughts, because of which my Shraddha is getting reduced. Therefore, be careful, avoid them. And what increase our Shraddha? Our regular satsanga, our Shastra Adhyayam. Do that. Shraddha toota to banda toot gaya. And as I told you the other day, 3 days back, in fact, in between any two relations, only reason because of which the relation continues is Shraddha. The moment little break comes in Shraddha, gone. You cannot, like you lose your Shraddha in my classes, let us say. Oh yeah, then you cannot come for that whole life. It is over. That much sensitive is Shraddha. You can see in your own last 3 years, you are seeing how many people used to come regularly to our class. They lost Shraddha, therefore now you cannot instill it by Hoga is Janam ke liye. I don't expect also now. But only one prayer is, hope they develop Shraddha somewhere else, spiritually, and they continue growing there, learning there. Is it not? Any relation. Shraddha gaya, friends. Shraddha gaya, you can't be anymore. Children. Shraddha gaya, so then you cannot have the same life like earlier. Your own partner. Shraddha toota, so you cannot. In a company, in a workplace, Shraddha gaya, तो गया है ना. वो श्रद्धा को ही ने सिनेमा लैंग्वेज में दिल टूटता है और फिर वहीं दिल ढूंढता है. वो तो दिल टूट गया तो नहीं, कांच टूटा तो जोड़ नहीं सकते, आयरन टूटा तो जोड़ सकते है ना. when the iron breaks you can melt it and come bring together, but the शीशा की तरह टूट जाता है शीशा में दिल हो, it can't. Same thing is श्रद्धा here. ये हो गया व्यावसिन श्रद्धा इव शिरः. सा ही सर्वकर्तव्यानां प्राथम्यात् शिर इव शिरः. Now come to the second one and third. Together we study. Yesterday we initiated that. We have seen to a great extent what is the right wing. Dakshinaha pakshaha for this Vijnanamaya Purushaha is Rutam Dakshinaha pakshaha. है ना. विज्ञानमय कोश का दक्षिण पक्ष क्या है? रुतम. व्हाट इज दैट रुतम? है ना. यथा शास्त्र कथितम निश्चय पूर्वक ज्ञानम. इज इट नॉट? वन सेकंड. नारायण हरि नारायण हरि. ऋतम यथा शास्त्रम यथा कर्तव्यम बुद्धौ सुपरिनिश्चितम अर्थम. See, they go together here. That's what I said. This topic is very, very important. Everybody is doing karma as a kartavya. And behind anybody is doing any karma as kartavya, there is a shraddha. And behind the shraddha, there is nishchaya vijnana. Now, more important than this is, nishchaya vijnana ka authority kya hai? That is what is the main point. So here, Rutam is the right wing. And what is Rutam? Yatha Shastram, Yatha Kartavyam, Buddhau, Suparinischitam Artham. What is said in the Shastra is understood as Kartavya and is convinced in the intellect. So Shastra ने कहा, क्या कहा? ये कहा. तो शास्त्र ने ये किस लिए क्या करने को कहा? कर्तव्य के रूप में करना कहा, करने को. सो इस कर्तव्य रूप से करने की बात मेरे बुद्धि में सुपरिनिश्चित होना है. दैट इज रुतम. दैट रुतम वदिष्यामि. The three things. One is Shastra and its Artha. Second is the Shastra Artha is a Kartavya. Third is Kartavya ka Nishchay. What is said in Shastra is a Kartavya. To that level some people come to, but they don't get the Nishchaya in them. Super Nishchita. Therefore, they don't do that Kartavya. I know it is a Kartavya, but I am not convinced. Nishchay nahi bana, isliye main nahi karta. Some people don't know Kartavya. Some know it, but still they don't do. The difference between the people who don't know Kartavya and know Kartavya is what? The don't know wala to anyway doesn't know. The know wala still they doesn't do because Nishchaya is not there. Therefore, now come bring these two together. Shiraha Buddhihi and Dakshina Pakshaha Rutam. Therefore what? Shiraha, Shraddha, Dakshina Pakshaha is Rutam. Bring together these are two. They have to be in coordination. The Shastrokta Jnana alone should be the authority for the Shira, the Shraddha to function. Else, this thing called intellectual conviction, Shraddha, can be on anybody saying anything. This is the power of this Maya in this world. And you and I being very innocent, anybody says anything, we develop Shraddha in that. And we go on doing that and we end up in losing everything. That is why this particular kosha. Rutam Dakshinaha Pakshaha means what? Rutam is Yatha Shastram, Yatha Kartavyam, Buddhau Suparinischitam Artham. Okay, in my buddhi there is a supariनिश्चित हो गया. क्या? ये कर्तव्य है करके किसने कहा? शास्त्र ने. That should be the right wing. From that only really the Shraddha comes. Shraddha guides, but Shraddha comes from there. Where from it should come. The point is what? Where from it should come. It should come from Shastra. Again, why Shastra? Shastra is Bhagwan only. Shastra is Apaurushaya. Shastra is for the welfare, well-wishing. See, always remember, Shastra authority क्यों ना? Because in Shastra, it's not a book written for commercial purpose. It is not a book written by a translation. It is not for any other name and fame. Shastra means Bhagavan in the Jnana Pustaka Rupa. Bhagavan means he is the well-wisher of everyone. In that Shastra, Bhagavan in the form of Jnana guiding us to what we have to do for our own welfare and evolution. Like any Shastra, Baba, like the medical Shastra, Vaidya Shastra. Now, can anybody doubt the Vaidya Shastra? The Vaidya, you can doubt the doctor. He can do the medication for various purposes. Sometimes the Vaidya may not work also on that particular patient because of his body condition. But as such, Vaidya Shastra's purpose is it to remove disease or add disease? It is never to add, it is remove. It is the purity of that Shastra. So to Nyaya Shastra. The Nyaya Vadi may be wrong. Sometime because of IPC's this and that biasnesses, the person may not even get the full Nyayam. But the Shastra Nyaya by itself is to give Nyayam, not Anyayam. That's a Nyaya. So Shastra कभी गलत नहीं होता. शास्त्र यूज करने वाला गलत हो सकता होगा और ये लौकिक शास्त्र कभी कभी असर वाले नहीं होते होंगे. Like I said, Vaidya Shastra. They did it, but the body is not receiving medication, so he will collapse. That is why operation successful, but patient collapsed. Operation success हो गया, जो हमको करना था हमें पता है, कर दी, but that fellow could not receive, he died. Both are there. In the same way, our more greater than all that is this Vedanta Shastra. They are mukti giving Shastra. They have no other purpose. If that feeling I don't have, then I will not have the Shraddha in studying the Shastra. If the feeling is there, then I study Shastra. Then when I study Shastra, I will be taught there what is the Kartavya to be done for the Laukika Prapti as Adhyatmika Mukti. Towards that Kartavyata, I must have the Shraddha. Therefore, who guides the Vignanamaya Kosha is Shraddha of the Shiraha. But what guides the Shraddha is the Rutam, the Dakshina Pakshaha. What is Rutam? Yatha Shastram, Yatha Kartavyam, Buddhau Suparinishchitam Artham. I have no doubt at all in my buddhi that this is what Shastra said. I have full Shraddha in Shastra. Therefore, I have full Shraddha in what Shastra said. Therefore, this is what the Karma Shastra told me. I have no doubt at all. I have full Shraddha in this Karma that I do. Worldly ho? Yes, spiritual. Shraddhaiva Shiraha. Therefore, Rutam Dakshina Bhakshaha. Now, Satyam Uttaraha Bhakshaha. What is Uttara Bhakshaha? Satyam. And what is Satyam? What is said in the Rutam? Satyam iti saha eva vakkayabhyam sampadyamanaha. The same intellectual conviction of the Rutam of the Shastra authority, when with Vani and the body, when it is executed outside as an Kayika karma and Vachika karma, that is called as Satya. These three put together is called mainly the Vignanamaya Kosha. Then the other thing is more important than this, that we'll study tomorrow. But then up to this much you must have clarity. Satya means executing outside as an action. Ruta means the knowledge of the Shastra. And then Shiraha is the Shraddha in that. So all the three dekho fir abhi. Unless the Rutam is there correctly, we cannot have Shraddha of the Shira. Unless Shirarupi Shraddha is not there, this Satyam, the execution of the karma as the Kartavya, the good karma, the Shastrokta karma as Kartavya, this Vignanamaya Purusha will not decide. Then he will be sold out to the Manomaya, Annamaya, Ityadi. then that jiva's degradation happens. But if jiva, that is you and I, first have weaned away fully from the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya slavery, at the Vijnanamaya level, again, we have done the Rutam of Shastra Jnana Adhenam. This Rutam of Shastra Jnana Adhenam, we took it to the Shiraha and we made it as a Shraddha. And that Shraddha we executed as Satyama through Vani and Kaya. This is how a matured person's life is. इन सिंपल वर्ड्स, शास्त्र को पढ़ा, उसके ज्ञान का श्रद्धा हो गया और उसी के अनुसार हम जी रहे. ही इज कॉल्ड द पर्सन लिविंग ट्रूली एट विज्ञानमय लेवल as given by the Lord, as told by the Lord, as expected by the Lord or the Creator, or for evolution. Anyone doesn't have Shastra Jnanam, some other Jnanam he has got. On that Jnanam he has got Shraddha. Accordingly he is working, accordingly also he is getting results. But they are not ultimate. If you want ultimate result giving authority is only to the Lord. Lord only will tell us what to do, and He tells us through our Shastra. Therefore, the Rutam should be very strong in we, the Vijnanamaya Pakshi. That is Shastra Jnanam thorough. Then still, even though when we have Shastra Jnanam, if our Vasanas are more powerful, then our Shraddha will be toward the worldliness. Therefore, as much strong the Jnanam of Shastra, so much should be the strong, the Shiraha, the Shraddha. Or to make the Shiraha, the Shraddha very strong, that much deeply, detailedly, regularly we have to listen and study Shastra and to find in Shastra or through Shastra what Bhagavan told us as the Kartavya. And why the Shraddha? Because in the earlier shloka, earlier paragraph it is said कि निश्चय विज्ञानवत ही कर्तव्येषु अर्थेषु पूर्वम श्रद्धा उत्पद्यते. एंड ऊपर और क्या कहा? श्रद्धा के अनुसार ही हम काम करते. श्रद्धा मेक्स अस वर्क. Whichever the place we have Shraddha, there we work. Work gives us a result. Shraddha depends on the Nishchaya Vijnana. The Nishchaya Vijnana, if he has got the authority of Purva Paksham, that is Rutam, that is Shastra Janya Jnanam, then his Shraddha will be as said in the Shastra. Towards that, he will do only those things as Kartavya said by the Shastra. Then whatever the Shastra promised of the results, they will come to us. These are the three things. Now, who is the one who can have the Rutam, the Shastra Jnanam as Nishchayam? And as a result of that, who will have the Shiraha, the Shraddha very strong? With these two as a helper, who is the one who will conduct with his body and the Vani, Vakaya Vakase, outside the Kartavya Karma, the correct Kartavya Karma, who will do to get the result is the next one, the Yoga Atma. That is the point. Here, what is Yoga? We are coming to the fourth limb now. Yoga. Yoga Yukta Samadhanam. Yoga means Yukta. Yuktata means Samadhanam. Samadhanam means Samata. All the time being in an unbiased state of our inner equipment. Is it not? Little more we are bent or biased, we will not be able to approach that source which tells us the truth. You know, in the court, who is taken as a Sakshi? Because on the words of Sakshi only, judge takes a decision, finally. That much powerful is a Sakshi. Sakshi's words are more powerful sometimes than a deaf lawyer and prosecuting lawyer. इसलिए lawyers दोनों कितना भी चिल्ला कर फाइनली साक्षी को प्रवेश करते हैं. Now the point is, can that Sakshi be biased? Pro or against? If somebody is pro or against, it can never be the Sakshi. His Saksham cannot be taken at all. His Saksham cannot be taken by the judge as a requirement or authority. Sakshina not only should not be related to both party, He should be unbiased. That unbiasedness of that sakshi is called samadhanam. That samadhanam is called yoga. If little we are biased, then we twist the saksham and we tell something else. हाँ? अब आजकल की दुनिया ऐसी हो गई ना, साक्ष्यों को भी खरीद सकते हैं, बिकने वाले साक्ष्य भी है। चित्र विचित्र, दैट्स ऑल माया. इट गोज ऑन. साक्षी आल्सो कैन बी, है ना. सो नहीं देखा को देखना बोलना डिस्प्रूव कर सकते हैं, और देखा को नहीं देखा है तो नहीं कर सकते ना. बिकॉज ओनली फेलो ही वाज देयर व्हेन द मर्डर हैपेंड, ही सॉ इट, बट इफ ही सेज आई हैव नॉट सीन, even though he has seen, because he got money from the other fellow, the party of the one who did murder, है ना. अब वो बोलेगा नहीं, वो अब उसको जज तो हो, जो नहीं देखा है उसको देखा कहे तो दे कैन डिस्प्रूव. तो था ही नहीं वहां उस दिन, कैसे देखा. देखे वाले चीज को वो कहता है कि नहीं देखा, इट जज कैन नॉट प्रूव इट. इट्स इम्पॉसिबल ना. आई हैव सीन बट आई से आई हैव नॉट सीन. पर तुम वहां थे, या आई था बट मेरा नजर और कहीं था. ऐसे कुछ लोग होते हैं. बट एनीवे, द साक्षी शुड बी द इक्वल, समाधान वाला होना चाहिए. देयरफॉर योगः समाधानम समस्थिति, द बैलेंस्ड स्टेट ऑफ माइंड, unbiased, unperturbed. And what disturbs the balance of the sthiti of the yoga sthiti? Again our own vasanas. Is it not? Again our own dussang. That tilts, that little bit bends our the antakarana. Again, when the samadhanam yoga is not there, then yathokta shastra jnana will not come to me. So too the shraddha cannot be like that. So too my kartavya buddhi will not be there to execute the satyam. Hope you are catching the words meanings, how to explain the meaning of the word. We are trying to explain the examples. So he says samadhanam, yogaha yuktihi samadhanam. So atma iva atma, and this samadhanam is as important like an atma. Therefore this is given the position of atma for this pakshi, the Vijnanamaya rupa pakshi. So now it is atmavatah hi yuktasya samadhanavataha अंगानि इव श्रद्धा आदीनि यदा यथार्थ प्रतिपत्ति क्षमाणि भवन्ति. How beautiful is this powerful thing. First thing is what? This is the atma, other parts are the anga. Okay, अंग के लिए पार्ट्स होते हैं, अंग के कारण पार्ट्स होते हैं. दिस वी saw 3 days back. So that much powerful is the yoga, the samadhanam, that when the samadhanam yoga is there with us, then only all these 3 things work. All the 3 of Shraddha of the Shira, Rutam of the Dakshina Vaksha, Satyam of the Uttar Vaksha will fully fail if instead of the yoga or samadhanam, there is the biasness in us, asamadhanam. You and I, when we study our shastras, when the other religious fellows study shastra, उनका पहले ही बयास हो गया माइंड, समाधान नहीं है, then how will he interpret the shastras, our own Hindu shastras, when they study? They will interpret wrongly. Then what type of shraddha will be there? Negative shraddha only will be there, no? Then what do they do? Everything against it. That is why for all these 3, Shiraha Rupi Shraddha, then Uttara Vaksha, Dakshina Vaksha Rupi Rutam, Uttara Vaksha Rupi Satyam. For all these 3, the Atma is Samadhanam, unbiasedness. Samadhanam, Samatvam. Every doctor, when that earlier patient has gone, when the new patient comes, he is in Samadhana Yukta, in the mind. Then only he can properly diagnose, see the disease, and right medication he can give. The doctor's mind is disturbed with earlier patient or is a disease or anyway, and wrong medicine if he gives, Here also, समाधानवतः एव आत्मवतः हि युक्तस्य समाधानवतः अंगानीव श्रद्धादीनि यथार्थ प्रतिपत्ति क्षमाणि भवन्ति. For unbiased fellow only, the Rutam will give right conviction, the Shira will give strong Shraddha, then the left wing will make him do that Satya called as execution of the action through the speech and the mind. नहीं है तो समाधानम biased हो गया. So like the devil quoting scriptures. Everybody quotes scripture only, but at a wrong place for the wrong purpose, like Arjuna. He quotes scripture only, quoted, but in a wrong place in the first chapter. Quoting scripture, but in wrong place for the wrong purpose. Because he's biased. What's biasness in him? I can't fight with my Dadaji and Guru Maharaj. Do you understand it? So this portion looks to be little important. We will see this one. Final one is Maha Pucham Pratishtha. That also when we touch it, then this Vignanamaya Purusha Pakshi's 5 limbs are touched. We have to go on thinking, contemplating to get a convincing knowledge of it. We only are giving data here. Then to substantiate this Vignanamaya, there is a shloka in a Rigveda. Vignanam yajnam darute karmani darude vicha Vignanam brahma chedveda tasma chenna pramadyate sharire papmano hitva sarvan kaman shamashruta iti tasseisha sharira atma ya urvasya tasmat va etasmat again Vignanamayat anyaha antaraha atma आनंदमयः तेनैष पूर्णः सवा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य प्रियमेव शिरः मोदो दक्षिणपक्षः प्रमोद उत्तरपक्षः आनंद आत्मा ब्रह्मपुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा अगेन तदप्येष श्लोको भवति. The fifth Anuvaka will give authority to Vijnanamaya's existence, half portion of fifth Anuvaka. Second half is fifth Kosha will be told. Let us see that thing tomorrow. Thank you, Sarvam. Sri Rishimanu Guru Devata Charanara Indarvanamastu. What is our carry home, take home point here? He let the Rutam be very strong in us so that the Shiraha guides the Satyam to work properly in our life. And for all these things, have the Samadhanam, the unbiased heart all the time. The highest thing in life is whatever the type of experiences come, going through them, yet unbiased in the heart. That is why that is given the name Yoga. And it is called as Atma for a Adhyatmika seeker, here especially Vijnanamaya Kosha. Everything will happen in this world, and yet we have to maintain the neutral mind, unbiased. Mind ko unbiased rakhna. Vyavahara, you do it. Like I told you yesterday, what we discussed for the youth in that 9th or 10th shloka of the 6th chapter. Suhrutu, Mitra, Hari, Udasina, Madhyastha, Dveshya, Bandhu, Sadhu, Papi, every of these people will come in our life. They all trouble us. We respond to them depending on our maturity and situation. This is all one thing. In spite of all that, not carrying the load of any of these people and their behavior in our mind. That ability is called as samadhanam, that is called as yoga, that is a atma for the Vijnanamaya Purusha, for him to have the rutam, the undoubted knowledge of the Veda that makes him having that shiraha, the shraddha, which prompts him to do the satyam, the action through the body and speech. समाधान रखो, बहुत मुश्किल है वो, but then करना. Like Bhagavan, how he is dispensing the result of karma to the jivas. आपका पापा साधना का साधना, only one reason, because he is always in yoga sthiti, he is always in samadhana sthiti, he is always in unbiased sthiti. His atma has got yoga. Wonderful, wonderful. That is why, like Kamsa and all, they deserve killing for all the negative they have done. But they deserve moksha for they remembered the God also. Who can do both the blessings? Only the Lord who has got samadhanam in him. He did both. If he is only biased towards him that he remembered me, then they would have killed him. If he has only has biasness that he has done negative, then he will only kill him but will not give moksha. देखो एक बार मार भी रहे हैं दूसरी जगह तार भी रहे. How can he do that? He is in samadhana. A person in samadhana alone can take correct decisions like the judge. He is samadhana. He is unbiased toward this or that fellow. Then only he can refer to the Shastra called as Rutam. Then he can come to the Shraddha of what decision to be made in the Buddhi. Then that he will express through the Vani and paper. Therefore, Dafa Itna Itna, this is the Saja or acquitted, whatever. Samadhana is the highest thing. Not only to the things, but also beings. Not only the beings, but also to the things, also to the experiences. A person who is in samadhana is in the present moment. He is in the highest ekagra bhumika. Because what is the absence of samadhana? Biasness. What is the biasness? Either earlier experiences or the future imaginations. The one who is samadhanavan, he has no future imagination, no earlier experiences. Therefore, he is in the present. And who is in present? The one who is in ekagra. The one who is in the present is ekagrata will be able to catch the thing as it is without problem. Therefore, the samadhanavan alone can be rutavan. Samadhanavan rutavan alone can be the shraddha rupi shiravan. Samadhana ruta shraddhavan alone can be satyavan in his action. Satya means what is said is expressed through body and speech. We have already seen. So समाधान का इम्पोर्टेंस थोड़ा सा और एक बात कल हम देख कर आगे बढ़ेंगे. ओम 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 पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परम ऋषिभ्यो नमः. परम ब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. तत्सद्ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. थैंक यू. ओम श्री श्रुति मात्रे नमः.